I want to come to another topic which is extremely important, right? Women in finance and women in investing, right?
Okay.
So when we are searching around for these fund managers who are generally female, we couldn't find too many of these, right? Do you think women fund managers are underrepresented in Nepal specifically, and why? Do you think so, or don't you think so?
I think you answered that in your question itself, that you
Yeah.
couldn't find one.
Yeah, I actually couldn't find too many of these, yeah.
So then, yeah.
Why
they
do you
are-
think that's the case?
Why? एउटा ठ्याक्क मलाई यसमा there was this article like a while ago, Nepali celebrity Rekha Thapaको त्यो एउटा article थियो के, where she, I think के question थियो पनि मलाई याद छैन, but उसले के share, उसको experience-मा के share गरेको थियो भने, so entrepreneurship-मा थियो, I think that entire thing was,
Yes.
अनि उसले के भनेको थियो नि, महिला सशक्तिकरणको बारेमा हामीले कुरा गर्नु पनि भन्दा अगाडि हामीले कल्चरली कस्तो कुराहरू गरिरहेछौँ र हाम्रो ह्याबिट्स के छ भन्ने कुरामा ध्यान दिनुपर्छ, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. एन्ड सी वाज सेयिङ लाइक ऊ आफ्नो मेल फ्रेन्ड्सहरूसँग बस्दाखेरि चाहिँ जेनरली कन्भर्सेसन के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि हुन्छ नि, ओ तेरो बिजनेसमा कति प्रफिट भइरहेछ, म कुन बिजनेस गरौँ, त्यहाँदेखि कति कमाइस्, हुन्छ नि. सो फाइनेन्सियल डिस्कसन्सहरू हुन्छ जेनरली. एन्ड वुमेनहरूसँग बस्दाखेरि मैले कुन लुगा किनेँ, मैले कुन ज्वेलरी किनेँ, हुन्छ नि, कहाँ गएर मैले कुन ब्रान्डेड ब्याग किनेँ, सो दोज काइन्ड अफ थिङ्सहरू हुन्छ. अनि देन हाउ क्यान वी, सो कल्चरली नै हामी यस्तो छौँ, अनि हाउ क्यान वी टक अबाउट महिला सशक्तिकरण भनेर, आई थिङ्क द्याट वाज द क्रक्स अफ द्याट आर्टिकल. अनि एडिङ द्याट टु वाट यु जस्ट आस्क मी, किन अन्डर रिप्रेजेन्टेड भनेर, पार्ट अफ द रिजन कुड बी हामी कल्चरली लाइक वेन वी ब्रिङ अप वुमेन रिस्क टेकिङ खासै गराउँदैन, हुन्छ नि. सानो एउटा के मिस्टेक भयो भने यु मेबी लाइक यु से समथिङ टु हर अनि सी मेक्स अ बिग इन हर ओन हेड, त्यो पनि हुनसक्छ. एन्ड फर गाइज चाहिँ लाइक आई लुक एट माई ब्रदर एन्ड माई फ्रेन्ड, लाइक ब्रदरको फ्रेन्ड्सहरू, दे आर अल अबाउट, हुन्छ नि, त्यो चस्का लागिसक्यो क्या, पैसा कमाउने चस्का भनौँ न. सो दे आर अल अबाउट द्याट, उनीहरूको कन्भर्सेसनै त्यही हुन्छ. देन द्याट डजन्ट ह्यापन विथ माई फ्रेन्ड्स के, लाइक आई ट्राई टु पुश देम, तर इट डजन्ट ह्यापन. सो आई थिङ्क पार्ट अफ इट चाहिँ कल्चरल रिजन जस्तो लाग्छ.
Yeah, I think actually Timle, I think when you were in KPS, you had brought this topic up saying that, you know, Nepal people are ready to, after choriko biyako लागि they're ready to spend lakhs and crores, you know. Tara if छोरीले बिजनेस गर्छु भन्यो भने
exactly.
they're not.
That's true with my mom as well. I mean, like तिम्रो whatever, तिम्रो वेडिङमा डायमन्डको यो सेट हाल्ने, and then when I talk about entrepreneurship, taking risk with money, like not allowed. So
yeah, true. So. And especially like, I think there might be quite a few cultural factors as well, you know, because I cannot speak about पहिलाको जेनेरेसनको बारेमा चाहिँ म भन्न सक्दिनँ. तर यो जेनेरेसनमा त I'm guessing तिमी र म we went to the same kind of school, we were exposed to the same kind of resources, whether it is classroom, outside classroom, online, होइन. So I don't think so problem चाहिँ capacity of women मा होइन के. Maybe it's that cultural mindset, or
could be.
है. Do you think there's lack of opportunity as well for women? अलिकति womenलाई progress गर्न गाह्रो हुन्छ हुँदैन? Do you think that's the case, or do you think that's not the case?
I think अलिकति both ways चाहिँ हो जस्तो लाग्छ होइन. Sometimes like culturally नै we shy away from coming into the limelight, or we shy away from taking risks.
Yeah.
We shy away from self-promoting.
Yes.
And like men, like it comes naturally to them जस्तो लाग्छ. And एउटा त्यो हुनसक्छ. अब opportunity womenहरूलाई चाहिँ I think like similar qualification भएको केसमा like I haven't generally seen organizations trying to say no
just because
you're a female.
Correct.
तर के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि if there are two, let's say, candidates भनौँ न, generally so एउटा चाहिँ qualified छ, let's say CFA, एउटा यो recently पाएको थियो कि, so CFA छ, but that's about it होइन उसको केसमा. And there's another guy who doesn't have like CFA qualification, blah blah blah. So he's been in research ever since he was like 17, 18, 19 years old. त्यति बेलादेखि नै financial modeling गरेको.
Yeah.
Then like, I can't say I was gender biased in hiring the guy.
Yeah,
because
that's not the
it was
case,
the skills like. So
that's a more valuable skill set to have.
Correct.
Right?
So त्यसरी I think generally त्यो चाहिँ हुन्छ. अनि having said that, एउटा bias चाहिँ के हुनसक्छ अनि same mistake, let's say you have two colleagues in your team, अनि one lady and one gentleman, and same mistake त्यो लेडीले गर्ने ह्या केटीहरूलाई आउँदैन भन्ने त्यो cultural inertia चाहिँ छ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
Correct. I think that needs to move out further, right? So yes, so related to this now I was going to ask you, okay, तिमीले त्यो पहिला त्यो example पनि दियो where केटाको circle maybe the conversations around business and money making, whereas केटीकोमा it's not, it's more oriented towards other things, you know. how can you encourage younger women or younger girls to start getting into this field? What are the steps that people should take to encourage more women participation in investments? Because it's extremely important, right? In the sense that तिमीले भने जस्तो you wanted to be financially independent, होइन? Which is a basic human requirement, okay? It's regardless of gender. I think you should be financially independent, होइन? So what should we do to enable girls and women to be more independent?
We as society?
We as a society, like, or even when you're speaking to the girls or when you're addressing the girls to this podcast, right? उनीहरूले चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्छ for them to get into this sector?
I think one, read the right resources, होइन? Sometimes academia-ले मात्र सबै कुरा cover गरेको हुँदैन. So it's not like just because you have your MBA or BBA or CFA or CA, like तिम्रो labsमा job आउँछ भनेर, that's not the case, होइन? So try to build skill set. And the way you go about it is get into right internships, get the right mentors if possible. I know, read right books, do your independent research, build something of your own that you can showcase to your potential employers, and then get in the industry. Try to get in the industry, then things will flow from there, just like so.
Okay, so I think regardless of what your gender is, I think you have that opportunity, but you need to prepare yourself. Maybe in case of women, even that mindset fight, maybe you need to be prepared that I need to probably work
slightly more. Think of it like, I mean, gender bias exists, so it will go away with time, but meanwhile you prepare yourself and you think of it like you're also competing with male counterparts, and you try to be twice or thrice as better, so that you have a fighting chance of getting in one.
So even for people like you and me, like regardless of gender, when we are competing with someone from a Western, more developed country, like you said, Timi India ma kaam gare, so you know that you come from Nepal, right? And you know that someone from India already has that inherent advantage because it's their country. So when you're going there, you already need to have that mindset saying that, I have to be prepared to make more sacrifices, work harder. I think the same can be. What can organizations do in order to be more, the gender equal kind of a workplace on the line, more inclusive workplace on the line?
I think part of it is hire more women. Not just anybody with relevant skill sets, hire more women. And part of it, so once you've hired women, also be mindful about so same kuraको लागि, so am I judging her? So कुनै कुरामा उलाई गाली गर्नु पर्यो, whatever feedback दिनु पर्यो. Am I giving her this feedback because she's a woman, or because like gender neutral हुँदा पनि would I give her the same advice भनेर चाहिँ I think त्यो awareness चाहिँ त्यो culturally चाहिँ every organization हुन थाल्यो भने मात्र things will change.
Absolutely.